Lil Durk has a name that makes many rappers nervous. People talk about his connections to dangerous figures, and he has faced serious legal trouble over the years. His criminal record alone has made many people afraid of him. But if you think that is shocking, there is much more to this story. In 2013, Durk had his first big problem with the law. Police found 2 loaded guns on him, and that arrest sent him to jail for 6 months. This made him think about his life and what he wanted to do next. But this was not the last time he had trouble with the law. In February 2019, something serious happened again. A shooting near the Varsity in Atlanta put him in the news once again. A few months later, things got even worse. Authorities put out a warrant for his arrest after a video allegedly showed him firing a gun from a moving car. The charges were very serious. He was accused of attempted murder, aggravated assault, gang activity, and several firearm offenses. When people started talking about it, Durk went on Instagram and told everyone he was ready to fight the case. Lil Durk made it clear that he was not running from anything. He told everyone that he would turn himself in and even released a song called Turn Myself In. In the song, he denied all the accusations and said, "I have nothing to hide, nothing to run from." After he surrendered, he was released on a $250,000 bond. It took a long time, but in 2022, he was finally cleared of all charges. His lawyer, Manny Aurora, said, "While it took too long to reach this conclusion, we are glad the truth came out." Even with all these legal problems, Durk's career kept growing. But in 2024, everything changed. On October 17, 2024, federal officers arrested him because of an attack linked to his crew. They said he planned and paid for the whole thing. Many people believed this was revenge for King Von, especially because Quando Rondo had kept disrespecting him. But what started as revenge went too far. Someone lost their life, and the situation became even worse. Durk and NBA Youngboy have had problems with each other for a long time. They have made diss songs, sent hidden messages, and created a lot of tension. But how deep does this problem really go, and what does it mean for Durk's future? In 2022, Durk made the situation worse when he released Aha, a song where he directly insulted Youngboy. In the first verse, he made it clear that he was not afraid to speak his mind. "Acting like they really like that since my bro died. Just got out the feds, you bring up murders with your police." But that was not all. He also mentioned Youngboy's ex-girlfriend, Jania Michelle, who was with King Von before he passed away. Youngboy was not going to let Durk disrespect him, especially while bringing up his ex. He quickly responded with I Hate Youngboy, a harsh diss track that attacked not only Durk, but also his fiancée India Royale and King Von. He even mentioned Quando Rondo, the man accused of killing Von. In the song, Youngboy rapped, "Wando got no filter, and he say that they're going to get him. Clean up on aisle O, youngin' let that chop blow." The insults kept coming, and fans loved every second of the feud. One of Durk's most serious rivalries was with Chicago rapper FBG Duck. Their conflict was deeply connected to the gang violence in the city. In July 2020, Duck, who was part of the Gangster Disciples, released a song where he disrespected members of the Black Disciples who had passed away. Less than a month later, he was shot and killed outside a boutique in Chicago. Many people believed Durk was involved, especially after he seemed to mention it in his song Should Have Ducked. The lyrics sounded like a direct response to Duck's song, making fans believe Durk's side had something to do with it. He even made another comment, "I told my PO through the gate that I get high. She asked me how high do I get? High as Duck." To many fans, it was not just a diss. It felt like Durk was celebrating the situation. Lil Durk has built a reputation that makes other rappers think twice before going against him. His rumored connections to some of Chicago's most feared gang members and his legal battles have made many people in the industry cautious around him. But if you think that is shocking, there is even more to the story. His past, his feuds, and his street ties go much deeper than most people realize. Durk's first serious legal trouble happened in 2013 when police arrested him for carrying 2 loaded guns. This led to a 6-month jail sentence and made him rethink his life choices. But his problems with the law did not stop there. In February 2019, he was connected to a shooting in Atlanta near the Varsity. A few months later, things got even worse when authorities issued a warrant for his arrest after security cameras allegedly showed him taking part in the incident. Durk was seen on camera, allegedly firing a gun from a moving car. The charges were very serious: attempted murder, aggravated assault, gang-related activity, and multiple firearm offenses. But instead of running away, Durk decided to face everything. He went on Instagram and told everyone he would turn himself in. He even released a song called "Turn Myself In," where he denied all the accusations. He later said, "I have nothing to hide, nothing to run from." After turning himself in, he was released on a $250,000 bond. 3 years later, the case was dismissed. His lawyer spoke about it, saying, "It took too long, but the truth finally came out." Just when it looked like Durk had left his legal troubles behind, 2024 brought his biggest challenge yet. On October 17, 2024, federal agents arrested him, claiming he was behind an attack carried out by his gang. Prosecutors said Durk planned and paid for the attack, which was believed to be revenge for King Von's death. The rivalry between Lil Durk and NBA YoungBoy has been one of the biggest in hip-hop. Their issues started years ago, but things got really serious in 2022 when Durk dropped a song full of direct shots at YoungBoy. In the track, Durk rapped, "Acting like they really like that since my brody died. Just got out the feds, you bring up murders with your police." But the biggest insult was when Durk mentioned YoungBoy's ex-girlfriend, Jania Michelle, who had been with King Von before. YoungBoy was not going to stay quiet. He responded with "I Hate YoungBoy," a song where he did not only go after Durk but also attacked Durk's fiancée, India Royale, King Von, and even Quando Rondo. In the song, he rapped, "Wando got no filter, and he says they are going to get him. Clean up on aisle O youngin, let that chop blow." Fans loved the back-and-forth drama, making this one of hip-hop's most intense rivalries. But Durk's feud with FBG Duck was much more than music. It was connected to the deadly gang wars in Chicago. FBG Duck was part of the Gangster Disciples, a group that has been fighting with Durk's Black Disciples for years. In July 2020, Duck released a song called "Dead by Malith," where he insulted members of the Black Disciples who had passed away. Less than a month later, he was shot and killed in broad daylight. Many people believe Durk had something to do with it, especially after he seemed to mention Duck's death in a song. In one track, Durk rapped, "I told my PO through the gate that I get high. She asked me, how high do I get? High as Duck." Fans thought this was a clear message, but Durk never admitted anything. Durk has had many feuds, but one of his earliest was with rapper Tyga. It all started in 2014 with just one line in a song, but that single verse turned into a serious conflict with one of the biggest names in the industry. Lil Durk's feud with Tyga started in 2014 when he mentioned Tyga's then-girlfriend, Black China, in his song "Get That Money." Tyga was not happy and asked Durk to change the lyrics. Durk agreed, but only if Tyga would collaborate on a song with him. At first, Tyga agreed, but then he stopped responding to Durk's messages. Feeling disrespected, Durk took things further by dropping a full diss track aimed at Tyga. In the song, he rapped, "Heard Tyga sneak dissing on me. Tell him, nah, I am not right." Tyga only got one name, but that tiger does not have one stripe. The beef continued for a while before both rappers decided to move on. However, many fans believed Durk had won because of the way he kept attacking Tyga without holding back. Lil Durk is not just a rapper, he has deep connections to the streets. As a member of the Black Disciples, his ties to gang life run strong. His close friendship with King Von, another Black Disciple, only added to his reputation. Unlike Von, who was known for being openly violent, many people saw Durk as more strategic, a quiet but powerful force in the ongoing war between the Black Disciples and Gangster Disciples. This deadly rivalry between the two gangs has been going on for years. It became even worse in 2011 after the murder of Shaquille Gregory, also known as Tuka. He was shot and killed by a masked hitman, allegedly from O Block, a black disciples-controlled area. Since then, both gangs have been in a constant cycle of violence, with many lives lost on both sides. While Durk does not openly talk about his street ties, his music often hints at them. Whether it is real or just entertainment, one thing is clear: Durk's name carries weight, both in the rap industry and on the streets. Lil Durk is one of the most talked about figures in hip-hop, not just because of his music, but because of his controversies. His legal troubles, gang ties, and high-profile feuds have made him a figure that people both respect and fear. Whether it is his beef with NBA YoungBoy, the speculation about his connection to FBG Duck's death, or his deep roots in Chicago street culture, Durk's story is far from over. The big question remains: will his past catch up with him, or will he continue to rise despite all the chaos around him? Only time will tell. Durk has built a reputation that makes other rappers think twice before crossing him. From his alleged connections to some of Chicago's most feared figures to his serious legal battles, his past is filled with drama. But if you think that is intense, there is still more to uncover about his criminal history, feuds, and street ties. His first major run-in with the law happened in 2013 when he was arrested for having 2 loaded guns. This led to a 6-month jail sentence and served as a wake-up call. However, his legal troubles were far from over. In February 2019, he was linked to a shooting in Atlanta near the Varsity. A few months later, authorities issued a warrant for his arrest after surveillance footage allegedly showed him firing a gun from a moving car. The charges were serious: attempted murder, aggravated assault, gang-related activity, and multiple firearm offenses. But instead of running, Durk took to Instagram and told everyone he would turn himself in. He even released a song called "Turn Myself In," where he denied all accusations. Later, he stated, "I have nothing to hide, nothing to run from." After turning himself in, Durk was released on a $250,000 bond. 3 years later, the case was dismissed. His lawyer said, "It took too long, but the truth finally came out." But in 2024, Durk faced his biggest legal problem yet. On October 17, 2024, federal authorities arrested him for being involved in an attack linked to his gang. Prosecutors said he planned and paid for the attack, which started because Durk wanted revenge for King Von's death. Durk's fight with NBA YoungBoy is one of the biggest in hip-hop. Their problems started years ago, but things got worse in 2022 when Durk released HHHA. In the song, he directly attacked YoungBoy, rapping, "Acting like they really like that, since my bro died / just got out the feds, you bring up murders with your police ties." One of the biggest insults came when Durk mentioned YoungBoy's ex-girlfriend, Jania Michelle. She was once in a relationship with King Von. YoungBoy did not ignore it. He fired back with "I Hate YoungBoy," where he attacked Durk, Durk's fiancée India Royale, King Von, and even Quando Rondo. Quando got no filter, and he say that they're going to get him / clean up on ILO, youngin' let that chop blow. Fans loved the drama, and the back and forth made the rivalry even bigger. Durk's issues with FBG Duck were more than just music, they were connected to the gang wars in Chicago. FBG Duck was part of the Gangster Disciples, a rival gang to Durk's Black Disciples. In July 2020, Duck released a song insulting dead Black Disciples members. Less than a month later, he was shot and killed in broad daylight. After Duck's death, Durk rapped, "I told my PO through the gate that I get high / she asked me, how high do you get? High as Duck." Many fans thought this was proof that Durk had something to do with Duck's murder, though Durk never admitted anything. After Duck's death, Durk rapped, "I told my PO through the gate that I get high / she asked me, how high do you get? High as Duck." Many fans thought this was proof that Durk had something to do with Duck's murder, though Durk never admitted anything. In 2014, Durk also had a fight with a big name in the industry, Tyga. It all started when Durk mentioned Tyga's girlfriend, Black China, in his song Get That Money. Tyga was angry and told Durk to change the lyrics. Durk agreed, but only if Tyga would do a song with him. Tyga first said yes, but then stopped replying. Durk felt disrespected, so he dropped a full diss track aimed at Tyga. Heard Tyga sneak dissing on me. Tell him, no, I am not right. Tyga only got one name, but that tiger does not have one stripe. The fight went on for a while before they decided to end it. But fans said Durk won because he kept attacking without stopping. Durk is not just a rapper, he has deep ties to the streets. He is a member of the Black Disciples, and his connections are strong. His close friendship with King Von, another Black disciple, made his name even bigger. Unlike Von, who was openly violent, Durk was seen as more quiet and smart, a powerful but silent force in the war between the Black Disciples and Gangster Disciples. The fight between these two gangs has gone on for years. It became worse in 2011 after the killing of Shaquille Gregory, also known as Tuka. He was shot and killed by a masked gunman who was said to be from O Block, a Black Disciples area. Since then, both gangs have continued to attack each other, leading to many deaths. Durk does not openly talk about his gang ties, but his music often gives hints. Whether his lyrics are real or just for entertainment, one thing is clear, Durk's name is powerful in both the rap game and the streets. Shaquille Gregory, also known as Tuka, was shot and killed by a masked man. People say the shooter was from O Block, a place controlled by the Black Disciples. Many believe Lil Durk had something to do with Tuka's death, and he made his feelings clear in his music. He often used the phrase, "smoking on that Tuka pack," which many saw as disrespect toward Tuka. Some people also think King Von was involved, as he and Durk were part of the same group. Tuka was not the only rival Durk dissed. In his song L's Anthem, he took shots at Lil Jojo, who was a member of the 63rd Gangster Disciples. Jojo did not stay silent. He responded with BDK, where he called out Durk, Chief Keef, and Lil Reese. But just a few days later, on September 5, 2012, Jojo was shot and killed. Many fans believed Durk had something to do with it, but there was never any real proof. Lil Durk is not just a rapper. He is someone that people fear and respect. His legal troubles, gang connections, and big feuds have made him one of the most talked about names in hip-hop. Whether it is his beef with NBA YoungBoy, his possible link to FBG Duck's death, or his deep ties to Chicago's street life, Durk's story is still going on. The real question is, will Durk's past catch up with him? Or will he keep rising no matter what happens? Only time will tell.